Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Going to go over the Nickajack tournament for February 17th, 2024, yesterday. It was the first for the season for the HCH club out of Hamilton County. I've got another tournament down there out of Marion County on Nickajack again next Saturday with the Chattanooga Bass Club. I'm excited for that one. That's a new club that I'm fishing. So anyways, it went pretty well, real well compared to the practice sessions I've been having. It was awful. I wasn't on anything. We had a major cold front come through. We went from 60-degree weather all week, including Friday, to it was in the high 30s at takeoff, maybe mid 30s. We actually had snow, some sleet for the first couple hours of the tournament. Water conditions on the lower end. Current is ripping. They're running 70-some thousand cubic feet a second out in Chickamauga and Nickajack Dam. So current was ripping. I expected muddy water, and I kind of rigged for muddy water, and it really wasn't. A good stain, but not muddy at all. I saw water temps anywhere from 49 to 51. Main channel was 49 and 50, so that warm weather brought it up. And I had a pretty good day. I had a limit by 11 o'clock. First fish was at 7:40, so I'd been on my first spot for maybe 10 minutes. Didn't get bit between 11 and 2, then caught 2 shorts in the final hour. So all my fish, everything was on a red jackhammer, or I caught one on a spinnerbait, willow leaf spinnerbait. We had 15 to 20, maybe 25 mile an hour winds at times. So I was chunking that spinnerbait on those windy banks and caught one. But main action for me on that red jackhammer, and all my fish were in 5 feet or less. Didn't really see much on forward facing sonar. I was using it to look for grass. I wasn't necessarily looking for fish. Didn't see much in the way of bait. Other than a couple schools, gizzard shad or skipjack, but that's about it. So today's Sunday, recouping, cleaning the boat, hanging out with the family, giving mama some relief from watching the boys for me all day yesterday. So hope you enjoyed the video. You guys take care. Give me a like and give me a subscribe if you can. Give me a share. See ya. Let's talk about this first spot. It's riprap. You can see the bridge right there, and you can obviously see the riprap, right? But anyway, this is it's a long neck of riprap that just goes alongside the road on both sides, on around the little point, and on this side the current's coming from my left and going to my right in the picture. It's coming around that point pretty good. It creates a pretty nice little eddy right out there in front of me. I'm really surprised I honestly didn't pick up a smallmouth here with all that current. It seemed right for it. But anyway, ended up picking one up off this spot, and I start here, when I'm on the lower end. It's just a good spot to pick up a keeper for me. And you'll see here in a couple casts, or right about here, I do end up catching my first keeper. It was just a keeper, nothing special. About a pound and a quarter, a pound and a half small, or a largemouth. I didn't weigh anything, but got the ice broken anyway, right? You can see a little bit of snow falling in the picture there, and man, I was cold. Got her measured. My hands are freezing, and it was cold that day. Forget to have my spot lock. Shuffling around because I got on so many clothes. You ever been so cold that you can't read your live well switches? Yeah. So I spent about, half hour, 45 minutes on that first spot. Probably longer than I should have after I caught that first fish. I had a plan in my head of about 4 spots that I was just going to rotate. I was going to, half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour if I got bit. each and just rotate those spots. And I stuck to that pretty well. I think I hit one spot that I didn't plan on and got a keeper off of it. So, anyways, but yeah, I was just rotating spots. This was my first move. You'll probably start noticing a theme for the day, and no surprise, riprap. Prior to the tournament, we had better than a week of really nice warm weather. The day before the tournament, it was 65 degrees. We had sunshine, days in the 60. So I was looking for warm water, and I knew along that riprap that it would be warmer, and it was. I was seeing consistently 50 and 51 degrees alongside that. So that was my plan. Work that riprap, look for warm water. Now I did try some other stuff. Jerkbait through a jig, DT6, Little John, all in crawl patterns. And man, the one thing that seemed to work for me consistently was the jackhammer. There I missed one, and watch, he comes back for it near the boat. Bam. So that was a pretty fun catch. That fish chased it all the way. So it was a decent fish. Caught me by surprise. I should not have boat flipped that fish, but oh well, it got in there. So I went on and I fished for probably 30 to 40 minutes on down that riprap, working it pretty slow, and never had another bite. There was a boat out in front of me further down the riprap, so I didn't crowd them. And then while I was fishing it, a boat came in behind me and was working behind me on the riprap. I kept a pretty close eye on them, and when I saw them pull their trolling motor and sit down and felt confident that they were leaving, I looped back and I went and reworked that first area, and it paid off big time. I caught my third and my fourth keeper down there. So here's number 3. It's a decent fish. I didn't have anything great. I think I had 11.61 pounds for the day. Just, nothing special. It took almost 14 pounds to win the tournament. I ended up in 3rd. But again, happy to have a limit.
Yeah.
So again, in that same area, I just pushed down a little bit further, kind of into a little corner where the riprap and a point, where a point formed, and throwing up into maybe 1.5 feet or 2 feet of water. And yeah, here I catch the 4th. And again, everything up to this point was on that red jackhammer, just a crawl pattern. So. think now it's probably about 10:30 or so. I've got 4 in the box, and moved and tried an area that I hadn't touched before, right off the main river channel. Like, the river channel's literally maybe 40 feet behind my motor. Again, riprap, but the wind was blowing in pretty good here, and I'm working a little eddy from the current. I worked down a little bit further, and that's where I ended up catching that keeper. And again, it was very shallow. It was up on that wind-blown riprap, and maybe a foot and a half of water. This was the only fish that I caught on anything else. I caught this on a shad pattern spinner bait. Was really surprised that I didn't catch more on a spinner bait. That water was dirty, stained, not muddy by any means, but good and stained, and the wind was blowing, and it was just screaming spinner bait to me. I don't know, maybe the water was still a little bit cold, but anyway, got that one. So now I've got my limit, and it's just before 11 o'clock. So fast forward till 2 o'clock, and this was my next bite. I had a dead period from 11 to 2, and hindsight's 20/20, but I didn't make an adjustment. I just kept that jackhammer in my hand and the spinner bait, and just worked with those. I get hit here and miss one, have it for a second, but then I throw back in and catch it. Yeah, hindsight's 20/20. I really wish I had there I missed him, but I throw back in and catch him, and it was short. This fish was like 14.5 inches, and nothing special. But yeah, definitely needed to make an adjustment, and I didn't. So now it's about 2:45. I gave myself till 2:50, and I had to jet. I was pretty close to the ramp. So this is my last cast, or what was going to be my last cast. I hook up here with a line burner, just a 15-inch fish that didn't help me at all. So it ended up being my second to last cast. So made one more, and then strapped everything down and ran back. So that did it for my day. I ended up with 1161 on 5 fish. Not great. I mean, I had 3rd place. I was happy with it for, as compared to how my practice went, but my tournament fishing world, I'm stuck in that 10 to 12 pound realm, and I have to find a way to upgrade. Hindsight, I wish that around noon I had picked up the 4.5 or 5 inch swim bait and picked apart those productive areas, going for an upgrade. Especially in this area, fishing the Tennessee River in southeast Tennessee, and if you're not on a minimum of a 3-pound average, then you're not going to do great in tournaments, especially if you want to bump up beyond club level. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I got a tournament down there this weekend. I'm going to stick to that plan and just see what happens. Give me a like, guys, give me a comment. See what, tell me what you think if you're kind of in that same boat, stuck in that 10-pound, 12-pound realm. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care, and I'll talk to you next time.